It's good to be here once again this beautiful day, this Thursday, and your program is on, The Polity, and it's my pleasure to welcome you. My name is Dayo Omogun, and this beautiful day I have with me two gentlemen who will be doing justice to the issues together with me. The first one by my side, next to me directly, is Ambassador Moses Kolawole Obisheson. You know him. He's been here quite a number of times, and he does a good job of analyzing issues. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you.
Today, yeah, nice to be here.
Right. And Segun Ojelade is also is a veteran journalist and a very, very good public affairs analyst. And it's my pleasure to welcome you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
Good to have you too. Now, quickly, there are two topics we will be looking at this this day on this edition. The first one has to do with the Labour Party crisis and how that signposts what's happening across the opposition parties right now, and which is very unfortunate the way it's going. It looks as if the opposition is being decimated. And when you say decimated, it looks as if there are forces involved. But let's not jump the gun. Let's look at the issues. What is the problem with Labour Party going from one trouble to the other, from one scuffle, from one problem? They are in court most of the time. And as we speak right now, we have a party, one party that has three chairmen, if you like. Three chairmen, three people, different people laying claim to the chairmanship of the party. You're talking about Senator Nenadi Usman, you're talking about Lamidi Apapa, and then you're talking about Abure. How is this ever possible? So these are some of the things we'll be looking at and how that affects what are the prospects for the opposition camp in 2027. By the way, this is being streamed live, and you can go to YouTube, and you can watch this straight away from now. And I come to you, Ambassador Obisheson. What exactly is happening in Labour Party? What's your understanding? What sense do you make of it?
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Sincerely, like they say, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. At the last election, Labour Party emerged as a force to reckon with.
Yeah.
Never in the history of Labour Party, you know. And the moment that you emerge, all eyes on you. Especially when it comes to someone who is very tactical, like the current president, you know, of APC and his team. I just saw that, wow, this guy that we thought was, this party that we thought that, you know, what you call easy walkover and all that, it's really not easy walkover. They were really coming up very strong.
Yeah.
So much so that the single senatorial seat for FCT picked by Labour Party. That's serious. You know, they've really been able to give themselves a very good show the last election. The moment such things happen, you stop doing things as you used to. You are no longer
it's no longer business as usual.
No, you are no longer. They are watching. The people are watching for every detail of your constitution, of your people, of your pronouncements. Everyone is watching, and some of the issues they currently have is really their own doing. You understand? When you see where their constitution is saying that Abure's time is over, is actually should be. I mean, he's been able to leave his term, and then he should be away from the seat. And then you now also have Lamidi Apapa, who is saying, look, I'm the most senior next. I should at least act. I should be acting in the interim.
Yes.
You know, and then you now have the big boys of the party who are in love with a particular person, Nenadi Usman. You know, and so you if it is not carefully managed, it's actually going to be to their undoing. because you want the force you want to fight, and opposition, the strength of opposition is that everybody, just like when they say that if you're going to have pressure, you must actually have a pinhole where you shoot from. But the moment you dissipate your energy, where you have three chairmen, three chairmen are actually laying claim, and all of them they draw their strength from their constitution. And Papa tells you that, look, go and check the constitution. He is the most senior, whatever. If anything should make to this guy, I am the one. Irrespective of whether you the convention, the nations of convention. That irrespective of whether Peter Obi or their governor Oti, Alex Oti, and all that, it's irrelevant. These are product of the party. They are not organs of the party themselves. And that they cannot be, because now you are, okay, we've given you the party, you ran away from PDP, you ran to us, we gave you the platform to use, all of a sudden you want to start calling the shot. They're not going to allow that. So they really, I think, it's not, the Supreme Court has given a judgment very difficult to decipher.
Yes,
I'm telling you, to implement, because when you look at all of that, I tell people, I said, they need a political solution. And it can only come when like 10 of them, maximum 10 of them in a room. The Peter Obi of this world, Alex Oti, Nonadi Usman, Apapa, Abure, and just a few of that, just 10 of them. And say, you know what, guys, can we bury our swords? Can we relax and actually be able to come together? They are not going to do that easily. You must be able to tell them what is in meat for each of them. If we allow you to be the president, to be the chairman, am I protected? If I go, are you protected? That's the way it is. Political solution is what Labour Party needs now. So that's the first thing. That's my very candid advice to them. And the quicker they do, the better. Look at even the Anambra, the governorship guy that they brought. They said they are going to check it again.
Exactly.
Because it came a day after. You start seeing the fallout. Look at the gentleman that contested in Edo State. Apata. Fantastic guy. But you know something, two things, I used to tell anybody, two things must be right for you to get it right in politics. The guy and the platform. If one of them is screwed, you can't get it, because you need the two to come together to really be able. So for me, it's just say, don't look for political solution. Yeah, the Supreme Court has spoken, but they still tell you, they say, yeah, Supreme Court spoke, but this is actually how it is, and all of them are drawing it from their own angle. You don't need all that. You might just say Supreme Court is whatever, they can take it by force, because the other guy was saying that they've reported to the IG, they've signed the INEC, they've signed. Yes, you can get it right legally. But it's your party, because if one third of your party goes, it's not. Party. You have not won.
No.
It's like a marriage that somebody takes an issue to some, and the husband, maybe they say, you are right on this matter. The woman is right. You have not won now. It's a solution that makes both of you to feel that I am still in this.
All right. What's playing out? Does it not clearly show the ego? Is this not ego and selfishness? If you're not thinking of the survival of the party and you're thinking of your own, is it not? It's like catching the air, if you ask me. Because if you squeeze life out of the party, what party will you chair?
Okay, there is one proverb that we always jokingly say, that when a family is at peace, it is the child that was brought outside into the family that has not grown or that has not matured.
Wow.
When the child from outside matures, then you will know. It is then you will know whether that family
is truly at peace.
Yes. That's why some people believe that what is happening in Labour Party, and probably the PDP, has an external hand in it.
Right.
It can only be because
that this has been remotely controlled.
When you believe that okay, they are almost resolving their issues,
then another one
comes from nowhere. We all thought that okay, when they had the Congress, let's say Congress in quotes, in Abia State, that and Ninadi is now the one in charge.
Yeah.
We felt okay.
At least
now
they have resolved the issues.
They will now begin to walk the path of progress and peace. Only for Abuwe to surface again. And before you know what is happening, Supreme Court came and sacked Abuwe. And then I was shocked to hear the grandfather in Lagos again, laying claim to
the chairmanship.
So there must be something. Somebody somewhere must be remotely controlling the show.
So somebody somewhere behind the scenes playing some music that they are all
and there must be a reason. There must be a reason for it. Okay. And the reason can only be 2027.
All right.
2027. Destabilize them so that they will not be able to speak with one voice, and the house will not be formidable enough to pose any threat. I am not saying.
You said that several times. That's
so it's understand in politics. It is understandable.
Yeah.
I think it was used for PDP in 2019.
Even PDP had used it several times.
PDP used it several times.
Yeah.
So it is for the parties, just like he said, for them to ensure that they understand what is going on, and they have the maturity to work to resolve whatever crisis is coming from outside among themselves. They can't go the way they are going now and say and then believe that they can make any serious showing in the next election. It's impossible. So if you call it ego, I don't mind. They must deal with that ego. They must deal with it. And then if there is anybody, and again, look at it. Just like he said, everybody laying claim to the leadership of the party
is right.
Is
in
right.
Their own way.
In their own
wisdom. Yeah.
In their own wisdom.
Yeah.
You can't forget. I mean, you cannot belittle what the Supreme Court has said. But the solution cannot come from the law courts.
No, but let's look at one of the contestants and what the Supreme Court has said. I don't have it verbatim, but in effect, the Supreme Court is saying your tenure is expired.
Correct.
If you want to retain the seat, then go through the process right through again. Now, so as it concerns Abure, is that not clear-cut enough for him to sheath his sword and then go right back? Because he already has some backing. He already is known in the system. There's every likelihood that he will clinch it. So why wouldn't he follow that path and get back? While that also gives the opportunity for a papa to step in based on the Constitution, which says as the most senior person, he takes over whenever something or whatever.
Let me ask you one question. Why did you think those proponents of Ninadi as the leader of the party, why did you think that they chose her?
Exactly, we're going to go there. The point is this.
They chose her because of 27. So that the ticket can go somewhere else. So that the ticket of the party can go somewhere else. So I believe that, let's work on the north-south divide now, in terms of zoning.
Right.
For them, again, to want to field somebody from the south for the presidency, as a presidential candidate, the man that is the chairman or the chairlady of the party
needs to come from the north. Okay. So is the balancing.
So those that are championing the
chairmanship of Ninadi
to go to the north know what they are doing, and that is why we say that maybe, like he said, you all must come into a room.
There are no more that.
If you like, box yourselves while you are in the room.
Yeah.
But ensure that you resolve the issue and come out and give your supporters something to cheer.
Yeah.
This situation, what is happening now, cannot carry the party too far
at all.
Unfortunately, we're talking about the focus is on Labour Party, but that's the general story of most of the notable
with the three notable opposition parties, PDP, SDP, and Labour.
Maybe SDP is good.
Yeah.
Maybe SDP is good.
Don't worry, don't let us go there. You see, I love one thing that he said. He said, when you see peace in a family, that means the
yes
has not grown. We don't know what they call it, the name that the intruder has not grown. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and that's really is what is describing some of them. Look, already people are already agitating. Let me tell you, politics is game of interest.
Yes.
So it is how to align the various interests now that you need to do very carefully vis-a-vis your rule.
Now, if those interests become centrifugal forces that tear apart the center, that makes the center not to hold,
yes,
of what benefit is that?
No. It's not of personal benefit. Let me tell you, politics is.
I'm saying that the personal benefits must sink in order to get the corporate benefits, in order to make progress.
Yes, it should on a normal day. But the point, look at for instance, Lamida Papa wants to be a chairman at some point. He wants to desire that. Look, the rule has said after this man I am the one.
Yes.
But that rule came even before they came to limelight.
That's true.
But right now they are now all of a sudden national party that narrowly clinched the presidential seat.
Nearly, you mean?
Nearly. I mean. Yeah. You know, they nearly clinched the presidential seat.
It's not so.
Let's emphasize. Let me tell you. Before when you are number 3,
you've done well.
From nowhere, 18 party, and you are number 3.
Yeah.
My guy, you did well. Yeah. No matter what you say, the distances. Yes. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
By that. So, and now, whether you see it or not, the visibility of Obi is still very much potent. The acceptance of Obi is still very much potent, especially among the youth.
The street acceptance.
Yeah. So you see, opposition. That's why they usually say that. Look, the enemy of my friend is my enemy. The enemy
of my friend
is my enemy.
Ought to be. Many times it is not.
Ought to. So now they are looking at it that, look, 2 ways to actually fight political stuff. You fight directly by saying, look, I'm more than you.
Proxy.
Then you fight by proxy. When that guy doesn't have a settled house, how will he be able to galvanize? And that exactly is a strategy. It's not by mistake. Some people are still thinking one hand from outside. It's not a matter of one hand outside. It's a strategy placed on ground. Yes. The one hand is always there checking the 1, 2, 3 parties. Yes. Now it's always there. It's a strategy on ground. They've already put some persons to check which of the parties are coming up. If Labour Party or SDP was, you start hearing of SDP. Should be if I move there. Now, after a while, you start seeing that my chairman, my friend, what's his name now? Gabam, you start shouting. The SDP chairman. He was initially saying, look, whatever they are doing, I thought they are meeting when they come back. I'm just laughing. One of the a while ago, him and I were on AIT together. We were, having a discussion like this and I said, gentleman that he is, but he has an issue on his hand. He has a party whose acceptance is also growing.
It's growing.
So once you have that, you will always have this issue. You can't run away from it. I just laugh. When they say no, they go and do their meeting, and then whenever they can say no, you are going to have sleepless night. Already he said they withdrew his security detail. Were you thinking that they will just give you all of this, whatever? If you are not going to dance to the center, you are actually going to feel the heat. That's the way it is. Because they will now cut you to size of what you merit. Yes. Before they gave you something beyond your merit. But they now say, no, maybe just one police. Why are you having, he said they withdrew mobile police and then they whatever. Whatever, they just know that it is the growing
you know,
popularity
of your party,
which translates to his own personal.
Yes, now it's right now is like the toast. People, they looked at PDP, they say, Atiku and the Atiku Wike and the rest are not allowing PDP to settle. They look at Labour, Labour chairman problem, Abure, Papa, and the rest. So they looked at SDP. I think SDP is scam.
But there's still going to be issues with SDP because they met some people who had ambitions before.
Yes.
They came in. Yeah, you want to stay thing.
Yeah. I want to say that those of us watching the politicians, our politicians from outside, we don't know their game plans. We don't know what they have up their sleeves.
Correct.
Don't believe that all these actors that you see in LP, by the time we come to the crunch of 2027, you will still see them there. No. Or those that are in SDP, that they will still be the only set of people that you are going to see. What politicians do at times is that if there is a house that can pose as serious opposition to them, they will first dismantle it before they go to where they are going.
Yeah.
See, all of them, all the names that you people have mentioned, don't believe that they are staying in their party for 2019. 2027. No. You know, all this dissipation of energy on Abure, on Apapa, on Enadi, or even on the PDP gladiators. No, they all know where they are going to meet for 2027.
Yes, their destination, but they will redirect the attention elsewhere.
Yes, they will entertain all of us. Because all these things that are happening is pure entertainment by politicians. Don't trust them. I believe that those that are going to settle down in a particular party, maybe you begin to guess which party now, you know, they already know themselves. Yeah. And at the appropriate time, they will move. In droves, they will move there. And then they will begin. So we have not seen the face of political parties that will do the battle in 2027.
Yeah.
That's just what I
but even if we have not seen the real political parties that will do battle in 2027, we at least have an inkling of some of them that are truly going out of the game. PDP being one, for example. I mean, every day the news about PDP is consistently negative, is consistently uncharitable, if you ask me. And then you have a whole lot of defections from the party, and then you have the lack of cohesiveness. If Wike passes this road, Atiku will not pass the road. If Atiku passes the other expressway, then it must be abandoned by Wike and his camp. Or when they meet, then there must be a fracas. So clearly, a party like PDP, if you ask me, is like on intensive care. Do you see the possibility of a rebound?
Let me tell you something. It's too early for you to think that PDP will not amount to much. It's too early.
It's too early.
A night is large enough. It's enough
for politicians
for you to have a game changing.
Yes.
To have a game changer come into the arena and pick the icing on the cake.
Because the whole essence of our talk is to talk about the unfortunate dwindling of the place of opposition in our politics, and that's not too good for 2027, because we might just see a walkover. We might just see a situation where we have a one-party contest. It may not be actually one party, but if you have such dominance, such large-scale dominance that the other parties look like Lilliputians, where you have this huge giant and all that, it doesn't really...
You see, of recent, Atiku was asked, will you contest for 2027? He said he's still checking. He has not decided. That very statement is a lot of... It has capacity for a lot of ripples in the political platform.
Yeah, but...
So, what I'm trying to say, I'm not just talking about him. I'm just letting you to see that there's going to be alignment. What you're seeing is just rumbling in the temple. just people, you know, there's a lot of, you know, when they say you want to clash and all that before you can form, before you're norming and all of that in building a team and all that. So what we are having for now is normal, because there's going to be cross-carpeting. People are aligning and moving everywhere, looking at where their interests will be better served or better protected. Though it should not be equated to the fact that whether opposition is dwindling. But if you say opposition is realigning, I would rather say that. Okay. You have the Alpha of this world who were initially in APC. He looked at PDP and said no, it's not a place for him. He looked like Labour Party. He said these people they are not resting right now. He looked like LDP. He went ahead of so many other persons that he want to bait in there. It is realignment that we are having. After some level of realignment, what you are now going to have, individual blocks will now be finding a way to be able to come together. Yeah. But first of all, you need to build a structure that is strong enough to be able to negotiate. Because if your structure, if they looked at it by the time they say, this is all that you guys are there, and then you only amount to 5% of our amalgamation of the coalition. Of the coalition. Maybe another, PDP, wow, you've been able to solve this unsolved weekend issue, and Atiku is not contesting. So there's some, guys that are credible people that, okay, maybe you amount to about 55% of our coming together. Labour, you are 30. But why will I be 30 when you are giving me the presidential slot to be able to carry everybody? Yeah, you also, because you don't have spread. So a whole lot of stuff, a lot of negotiation, alignment and realignment is what is going on now, and it is normal. That is not to say that there is no hand of Jacob and voice of Jacob and hand of Saul. Esau. Sorry, it is still there, and everything works out for the best of the common man. Yes. Let all of this rumbling go. They will still help to bring, said, this uprising will bring out the beast in us. That's what Fela said. He's saying, look, all of this they will still come, and because they know that there must be an arrowhead. If you don't have arrowhead, you're dead on arrival. Yes. If the three of them want to play it by their game and they are fighting, they're dead on arrival. If individual political party want to challenge this guy, dead on arrival. But they must find a way. You know, there's a time they say mega party, mega coalition, mega this. Yeah. Until first of all, they want to build their house individually, and then you have maybe about first five opposition topmost in terms of the gladiators that are there and the powers that are there. That's when you now start forming alignment. Yes. That look, we have 4 governors that are coming. We have this, we have that, we have senators, we have house of. They will now check all of that. That's what they call the political weight. Because as they will now say, okay, this guy will have followers like this, that one has this, that. They will now put it together and be able to now, before they are now even checking who would head it.
Now, is it not? Okay, come in first.
Let me add. Yeah. When Atiku was asked whether he will contest in the next presidential election, he didn't give a definite answer. He didn't say he will, he didn't say he will not. That is why the PDP will still not have peace.
Correct. He can never.
If he had said no,
there's some people will know what to align for.
Yes. And if he said yes, if he said people will align properly, we know where to.
But that I don't know. Can't these people just move away from PDP?
Straight. Yes.
You know, because it's uncertain, people want to be sure of their space.
It is very clear that there are some people in the PDP that will never take Atiku being their presidential candidate again.
Correct, yes.
Correct. So if he now says again, for this time, when most people believe that the power should be to the south, yes.
So PDP will not have peace if Atiku still remains in that party. And it says he's vying for their presidential candidates. No.
For 2027, for this 2027 remains a leader.
These are fantastic. We don't even need his role as a leader.
If he remains in the party that says he's not contesting, fine. But again, I don't think he will not contest. I don't think Atiku can ever say he will not contest. Wait.
Yes.
Now, if he now says, if he now joins another party today, there will be serious realignment of some forces from PDP, some from LP, some from even APC, so into whichever party he is going. So the rumpus in that party too, we now, because there are rumpus in all the other parties, but for that party will now increase.
Yeah, the heat will transfer from.
Correct. Yes. Correct. Heat is now. So it is the unfortunate commentary on our political system. Correct. Where individual drives it, not the ideology of the party.
At all. Yeah. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. And okay, now.
Well, I won't say it's unfortunate. I would rather say that is where we are now. Sometimes we want a child who has just learned to walk, is struggling, is walking. That is where we are now. But because when you accept where you are, what it does for you is to say, okay, this is where was let's look a throwback on US. Where were they at this time? You throw back on some other democracy of the world. Where were they at this time? Because that will not make you to have like, now wow, there's everything wrong about Nigeria. That's not correct, guys. It's not. This is where we are right now, where we do not have strong institutions, but we have strong men. Now, later, strong men, if properly managed, will naturally lead into strong institutions. All right. Because the idea, if they are saying, look, I don't want to steal, okay, if I'm a leader and I said I don't believe in stealing, people should not steal around me. If I say, as a leader, I feel for the common man, people should really see that people around me should actually take that kind of posture. So I think it's not totally a wrong thing. It's the place to start from, but it's not a place to stay in.
Now let's look at some of the pictures, images you have painted with words, both of you. When you talk about the fact that opposition is realigning.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that there is dwindling.
No.
Yeah. Now, but don't forget that there is this remote control that we have all agreed.
Correct.
Is working behind the scene.
Yes.
Now, with that remote control.
Yes.
Can this realignment of forces or these other efforts of the opposition parties amount to anything?
Yes, it can. Let me tell you. There was actually one program, I can't quickly remember it right now. The president was there, Tinubu, and El-Rufai was there. Tinubu said, I will not leave this place if you don't come to say you are coming back or you are not going anywhere. That was what the president, and the president stayed on the podium. He said he wasn't going to go back to his seat. He would stand here until El-Rufai says, come to him and whatever. And El-Rufai respected it. He just went to meet him at the podium, they hugged, they just only exchanged pleasantry, then they now walked to go and sit. Shortly was when El-Rufai moved to, because he saw it, people would have been telling him, Baba, this guy is moving. He is a force to reckon with in APC. But that was the last shot by Tinubu to actually kill his poison that would, so that it doesn't move to SDP. But that failed. It didn't work, and he allowed him. So two things, as we were saying, don't allow big guns to gather in a particular place. Once or twice it won't work, but it doesn't mean that El-Rufai alone, if it does not get enough person in SDP can't amount to much. Yeah. So so I'm trying to say is there is a push and pull. The current party in power will continuously look at all of the first five party to see that there is none of them. We want them to be paperweight, and one very beautiful way to be paperweight is to cause confusion among them. The Bible says God looked at the earth and he saw that when they were building the Tower of Babel,
He said, with one voice, this guy go do miracle. He changed their voice. Simple thing. Also in party, change their voice. Let a papa say, this is the most senior and I must be the. In fact, all of them are joking. I am the party. He's not even say I will be. He said he's the chairman. He said to Abure say never. That all those organs. He said in fact, Abure say Nanadi doesn't exist. That there is Nanadi is not a member. Talk less of saying being chairman. He said it's not Nanadi Usman. It's not a member. Then Nanadi is feeling like that. You look at them. They now gave Abure a soft landing. Do you know what they said? They said we will allow him to be our BOT chairman. So you understand? So really the point there is that the opposition party must constantly know that there is an inside forces that they must manage. There are external forces that they must also manage.
Could it be possible that there are moles within those parties acting?
What are we talking about? Those, if somebody wants to destabilize your home, he has to buy somebody in your home to undermine the home.
Yes,
that's exactly what is happening.
So some of these actors that we see,
some of the actors that
might
you see,
just be acting a script
in the house, because that is how it has always been happening in politics, in our political system. The people even from First and Second Republic, you have it. So it's a game that all the politicians they know about. The people may not even start.
Should then put the parties involved on their toes, which should make them a lot more careful and to be able to understand. Careful to do members and to be able to fumigate their systems.
No, that is because you are thinking it's a guerrilla war. No, it's a guerrilla war. You are thinking that these are more. No, a good guy today can become a mole tomorrow. Will you call Ramidia Papa a mole? Will you call him? Somebody that has lived how many years? Will you call Abu a mole? No, you can change tomorrow.
When his interest is
jeopardize or
yes, he can.
Correct. Yes. So, and what people do is to see what is the interest of this guy. You want to be chairman. So what we can do is that, look, if they don't give you chairman, cause trouble. Because it's your legitimate right.
Yes.
He may not even directly be an opposition figure that is saying it. An opposition might tell somebody who tells somebody, look, why do you want to cheat this guy? They want to cheat me. Yeah, they want to cheat you. Yeah, the most senior. Look at the constitution now. You know what I will say? I will fight the battle for you. You fight it. I don't have money. Don't worry. Somebody will pay for that bill. And then they get it done.
So I'm wondering how people will now lose sight of the entire structure and not be bothered that the entire structure could collapse in the course of this
politics is like that.
Yes.
So what will benefit the Abure or the Papa or the Nenadi Usman if LP dissipates entirely?
The LP will not dissipate. All these things happening to the LP, if well managed, can only make it stronger as a party.
Correct.
Don't be fatalistic about what is going on within the party. I don't think anybody has the interest of breaking the party down as rancorous as the house of PDP today. PDP is still a very strong party.
Correct.
You should know that. They can have differences. They can have agitations here and there, and their opinions may be diverse, but it is still a very good party that still have very formidable individuals and people that still have sympathy for the party. So at the appropriate time the gladiators will still come.
Let me even tell you, the more the trouble, the more your visibility. We are talking about LP today because they have challenges. And it's free advert for them. Did they pay you to be mentioning Labour Party? They didn't pay you. It's free because they have issues to be discussed. So sometimes, in fact, if you go to certain what's it called, these guys on the actors, some people will fake their own date.
Yes.
So that they can be popular. They will run up and then somebody will not defeat it. They say no, he didn't die. He only fell on whatever boys are alive.
Yes.
So do not be disturbed by what is going on is normal. The only thing is that they still must watch it, because even as you go, as you rumble, as you do all of that, if it is not, I love what he said, if it is not well managed, it can actually lead to disintegration. Actually, disintegration doesn't mean death. It just means you can be smaller.
You can be so small that
of no consequence. Exactly. You see, while Jonathan lost that time was when about 5 governors left. And when they left, they told him that we are leaving. They said, hey, you don't amount to much. 5 governors, he said they don't amount to much. Because when they leave, it is not only those 5. All of the senators that they actually encourage, all of the House of Reps, all of the chairmen, it cascades down. And imagine when they left. They didn't leave 3 years or 2 years to the election. Yeah. They left when it was in the dying days of that administration. Correct. When there will not be any remedy. Correct. No remedy will work again. That is when I said at the appropriate time. Yeah. When it is time to move, it will be too late for anybody to do any kind of remedy. And that is when you will know exactly where this one is going, on who is going where. Yeah.
All right, but looking at our politics and how, first of all, there are no ideologies. People are just interested. I mean, it's just individual interest a lot of times. Yeah. Now, and when you see that there are a lot of people who qualify as AGIP. Yeah. AGIP, you know what AGIP is? Yeah. Any government in power. Yeah. And then there are people who all they are looking for is how their bread can be buttered. Now, don't you think that with what is happening, there's a very high tendency that most movements in the future as we get closer to 2027, most of the movements are likely to be in favor of the ruling party. For example, as we speak, it's been rumored, that's rumored, but sometimes, like they say, every smoke has some fire behind it. Now, there are stories that some governors, and you can even see it, you can feel it from their body language, that a number of governors from some other parties, in fact, some have mentioned PDP, are just waiting, biding their time to cross over to the ruling party. Now, so what will then be the fate of the same opposition that we're talking about? That's exactly what I'm saying right now.
Let me tell you something. Unfortunately, we are still in a stage in our democracy where rather than the public good to come before your personal interest, it is the other way. The personal interests first before the public good. That is the way it's been.
I think that's the point blank.
Yes, that's the way it's currently arranged. And when you now know that whenever you're talking to someone, you will ask, what is your interest in this? Don't underestimate people. You are thinking, you are saying, what is going to be the good of Nenadi Usman, Papa, Lamidia Papa, or Abure, if social thing disintegrates? They don't send. If their interest will not be covered, then you do not mind a disintegrated house.
So, what benefit is it? So
what they are saying is that negotiate with us by taking into cognizance our interests. That's a simple matter. So it now means, for instance, if you say, okay, you know what, I want to be the chairman. Okay, but you've ruled for but the constitution still covers me. Okay, but you know something. Let's assume that you even rule for more. What are you going to get? Oh, recognition, blah blah blah. We can give you the recognition by just being a BOT
chair.
Are you seeing? That's negotiation. That's political solution now. Oh, okay, you still be very relevant, because our constitution says that whatever the people are doing, this is the conscience of the party, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Lamidia Papa, what is this? Okay, you're still going to be the vice. Why? Because if we screw this, if we go this way, we can't have a presidential person within our party. Oh, we might have to now go to shop for a presidential candidate outside. Why? Because if you who wants to be the chairman, if you are from the south, then the presidential candidate must be from the north. Okay, and so but because if any solution you are bringing currently now in our political system, he must take into cognizance the interest of that person, then the interest of the rest. It should have been the other way around.
All right.
But I'm telling you, in the developed climes, it is usually the interest of the people before your personal interest.
Can we have that transition? How soon can we have the transition?
Let me tell you,
the right thing, to actually prioritize the people's interest,
let me tell you,
the electorate's interest over individual politicians'
do you know what will bring
interest?
that? Let me tell you, if we are, and the ruling party will not allow it, but what will bring that is when we have individual candidacy. You go and think whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
How do you mean?
Let me tell you, individual candidacy will mean that, look, I am an institution the people want me to be. And because why people would have actually profiled any human being who is not inside the party, who they feel like this is our head, this is the person that we believe that will speak for us, a set of people. And they say, okay, you know what, go for us, all of us will route and make sure that you are there. Now, when you have such, that is where you start changing the status quo. Because currently, the challenge that we have is that the party is supreme. That's why if the party brings even someone that is not credible, that is not the best of a leader and all that, you don't have a choice because it is the party who has brought such person. Okay. So if we must change it, yes, we need to now come from the bottom up, where an individual is acceptable by the people on the ground, and they now say, you know what, we want Dayo Omogun, yes, to represent us. So when Dayo Omogun, because they already your antecedent and what you represent on the ground, the people will trust you.
Let's leave it here and go on a break. So, and when we get back from the break, we will go to the next topic. We'll go to the next topic. Okay, Sheikh, just go ahead.
Just go ahead.
Just please go ahead.
It's okay. What I want to say is that while all the opposition political parties are having challenges in their houses, APC is building it, and the president is building it using his power to appoint.
Okay, giving jobs to the boys.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
All the parties' field marshals, the local, the party chairmen in the various states, even down to some local government areas, have been given appointments. So almost everybody is covered now. Mm-hmm. They have things they are doing. The ambassador, don't forget, many of his appointments.
Yeah.
He is using that to consolidate the hold of the APC in power. So the opposition parties must really open their eyes.
Exactly. Get their
and be serious.
Get their
They are wasting too much time.
Correct.
That's what I feel.
Not focusing on the next election.
Yeah.
So when it now happens in 2027, they will now start crying wolves. This is the period where they are supposed to be doing the work.
Yes.
Many of them don't even have a credible membership register.
Correct.
They don't even know the number of members they have, and their demographic and where they are. They don't know. So they should be working now, not to spend valuable time boxing themselves.
Correct.
All right. We go on a break now. The parties, I hope you got that advice. It's free. I mean, just free advice that you should get to work now. Yeah. That's Shegun Ojela, the political consultant right now, giving you some tips there.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. Not even paying it. By the way, you mentioned, did you say Dayo Omogun it could come to a time when they, I hope you vote for me.
Yeah, sure.
We go on this break and when we get back, the lines will be open. The lines will be open for you to make your call. And then we'll go to the other topic that has to do, we'll talk about it when we get back.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at KAFTAN TV. Hello there, I am Ruben Okala. Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm here cutting Baba today.
I am Kirian.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
To Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful materials.
Imagine
While wrapping up the day, unwind with the reminiscence of the day's news from home and abroad with KAFTAN TV 7 p.m. News.
Good to have you join us on KAFTAN News at 7.
Nigerians are living in up to 5%. Our young people, we propose the Harmony Symphony.
It's good to have you join us on KAFTAN TV News at 7.
We found that this 10 naira card is not actually sufficient.
National, foreign news headlines. Get balanced, accurate facts on the latest news in business, politics, entertainment, sports, and more. Live from our studios.
Many thanks for watching. Join us again at 9
KAFTAN
p.m.
TV News.
in the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television, we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
Welcome back to the Polity. This is the last segment for today's show, and we would like you to call in to talk about that which we have already talked about, the issue of the winning influence of opposition parties, and as it's also signposted by the crisis going on in the Labour Party right now. And right now, we will be going over to the second topic, which has to do with the nepotism accusation filed by Senator Ndume a few days ago, which necessitated a response from the federal government. And that's what we're taking a look at. And the federal government's response and the accusation and how well government has managed the situation. That's what we intend to talk about right now. But then that doesn't stop you from calling in right now on 08029938365 to let us have your view on that which we already talked about. And so, gentlemen, we're still on, and this time we're talking about nepotism. Nepotism has been a permanent player in our national politics for as long as you can remember. I remember that those days when the military take over, nepotism is usually one of the things that every new, every coup maker, every new regime talks about. Nepotism, you talk about corruption, you talk about all that. And so it reared its head again because of the personality who talked about it recently, and I guess the presidency was irked by it and had to do a response. And one of the lines in the response that got my interest was that when Onanuga said, the man is being hypocritical, he didn't talk about the fact that the new chairman of NNPC Limited is from the North East, and another person on the board, I think that's what he said, is also from the Northeast. In actual fact, he said they are his relatives. Why didn't he talk about those ones? And then they went ahead to do a tabulation.
They released the names of all the appointees so far made. And looking at it, it doesn't quite talk about nepotism, does it, Shegun? If you've seen that list. Yes, I've seen the list, and I read it. You see, I've always known, even before this list came out, that some of those who criticize this administration, some of them are doing it, one, from the point of view of ignorance. Many people just don't know what is going on. But as soon as they see the face of who Mr. President is, or they know that it is APC that is there, they just say anything they want to say. Many Nigerians, especially those that are in the opposition, don't mention names now of this and that, you will know them immediately they open their mouth that this person lacks information about the criticisms he or she wants to make about this administration. And I don't blame them. Like we said, that we have always been saying in this station, that the administration is not doing well enough in releasing some of the information.
Vital information.
That, yes, this list should have come up long ago. It should have been in public domain. It's not supposed to be something that you keep until somebody throws tantrums or throws a missile at you. There should be somewhere that we will all see it. Those that are criticizing you, abusing you, they have a place they dump their things. That's why I like my friend in those days. He will go to the opposition platform, the enclaves. He has people there. So as you are throwing it, he's throwing in his own too.
Who is this?
Of course, let's.
All right, let's.
Now that's number one.
Let's quickly take this. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dayo and the panelists. Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
I'm calling from Maiduguri.
Oh, Maiduguri man, you're welcome.
Yes. Well done for Dayo for this analysis. Honestly, I have been shouting that this lack of prior information of this government is causing us more trouble than anything you think about.
You probably wanted to say Shegun then.
Let this thing be digest within the panelists. Let people know about it before they implement it. Who have been helping us diffusing all this kind of vision. I don't know who are these media aides of the president. I don't know what they are doing, honestly speaking. I'm not happy about what they are doing. When the other man during Buhari, that Yaba man, what's his name?
Additional.
When Femi Adesina was in that place, honestly, he's up and doing. I really appreciated his work. Femi Adesina is really a journalist, honestly. You see, before President release anything of that, so make sure some of these vital things being sent out so that many people will be aware of what is coming. You understand? So that with a negative criticism, you can easily say, oh, look, we are aware of it. You cannot mislead us. This is how a country is being governed. But why must things continue to come late all the time?
Yes.
This is my contribution one.
Thank you.
That issue of whatever, himself is a politician. That one, me, I don't believe in any politician any longer. They are always good in looking for level or popularity or publicity, whatever you call it,
yes.
for their future electoral bargaining, whatever. That is always be the case. When they are doing wrong things in the National Assembly, none of them will come out and tell you, say, this is how much we are given.
Yes.
That is one thing. So I am not after them. I'm not.
Thank you very much, Mohammed.
But that's before I go.
Oh, you still have one more? Okay.
Yeah. You see, a leader is a leader, wherever it comes from. That is my one belief. I don't believe in whether you're a Yoruba man, Igbo man, all of us are Nigerians. We have the same DNA. Let I just tell you the truth. I live in Lagos. I'm always saying I'm not hiding it. I am a Lagosian myself in the first place. Even though I'm a Lagosian, I know what Lagos is all about. This is one thing that we are lacking. If we are in Lagos, you assume everybody is in Lagos. No, everybody is not in Lagos. Whatever you are doing, carry everybody in all the part of the country along.
Yes.
But if not, if you continue to think everybody is informed, everybody is aware as the Lagos style, you are making a big mistake.
A big one.
Nigeria is wide. You need to carry that along. Everything, I'm not talking of one thing.
Yeah.
That's why I read KAFTAN TV as one of the first media outlets in Nigeria for now. Honestly.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Please tell it to them. Thank you, Mohammed. Let's let you go now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, you were about making a point just before that call came in.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
They don't know. So government needs to tell them. Number two, we play politics with everything in this country. When you are asked, how's the administration doing? You say, it's a nepotic administration. From at the back of your mind, you know, in your heart of hearts, that what you are saying is not. As a distinguished senator of the Federal Republic, you have access to info. You will have access to security, some security details. I say. So if you are in doubt, you can find out yourself. Some of these things released, I'm very sure that the Senate President knows about it. So if you need it, you can get it there before you go to the public to say.
So what you're saying in essence is, while the ordinary Nigerian may be excused when they make those kind of statements, not somebody of his standing should not. Again, I think that for generality of Nigerians or most ordinary Nigerians, I think the issue is actually confusion of names. For example, you find a lot of people who come from the North Central. You're talking Kwara, Plateau, blah, blah, blah. But because they bear Yoruba names, they are taken to be like they are from the Southwest again. I think that's part of the problem. Hello? Good afternoon. All right. It's a season of Mohammeds today. Go on.
Okay, so regarding what you have said so far, I feel the issue of coalition or whatever, I don't feel it. I always want to feel it's not realistic in Nigeria, because since the APC government came into power, they have made the opposition, they've made them to be inactive. Because during the time of Jonathan, you saw that one of the reasons why Jonathan was able to won the election was because they gave him for opposition party, they complete. But now, since the APC came in, the opposition cannot be active.
They cannot breathe. So you are like championing a crusade, let the opposition breathe.
And Tinubu is informed that knows what he wants to do. And regarding what is happening in the Labour Party, the PDP, and other parties, I don't see how they want to win the election come 2027. Because if you look at the appointment of Wiki, Tinubu knows what he's doing. He knows that yes, these are people that can cause problems. Look at him, he has to camp with PDP. So he knows that if these guys are on my side, everything is going to work well. Because he will gather the people of Rivers State. That was why like Fubara was impeached. Because he has the intent of
He wasn't impeached too.
From set of the people in Rivers State. So for me, I feel that PDP are just playing because.
Mohammed, thank you for. Well, I think there's a problem with your connection now. Yeah. So, Mohammed is saying Let the opposition breathe. So who's causing the asphyxiation? Is it who's choking? Who's choking them? Who's choking them?
I think the opposition must actually give themselves. They must give themselves a rethink.
Expression.
They must take care of themselves.
Yes.
It's not just the challenge of the government in power, because there will always be a challenge.
Yes.
Is a given.
Yes.
That the government in power will find a way to pull you down,
frustrate,
to frustrate your whatever.
Yes.
It's a given. So don't say it.
So that shouldn't come. It shouldn't be
tenable. But what you should now do is that douse all of the issues as they come. Face it head on, to say, okay, you know what, this one is coming up. It's very simple. I mean, it's not simple, but a classical example is that of Nanadi Usman, Apapa, and Abure.
Yes.
What you guys, no one is better than each other. What you want to do is simple. Call all of these guys. The Nigerians want the next president. Most Nigerians, not all Nigerians. We believe that most, Nigerians are looking forward to the next president to be from the south.
Can you please don't lose the train of your thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh my. Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Yes. Obarocha, I'm calling for Nasarawa Panga.
All right. Let's hear you.
Yes. You see, we should know what Ndume say out for what he say. You see, let me give example. If today I became to the president of Nigeria, and then I'm from Nasarawa, and then I have my people living in Lagos, in Enugu, in Aba, then I give appointment to my people there, but they are not living in the north. They are living in Enugu and
Lagos, yeah.
What are we talking about? What Ndume say the truth. Because Mr. President is giving people in the north, people that is Yorubawa by track. And it's true. So we should not say that Ndume did not say true. And what Ndume say, make federal government now publish the land out, Nigeria can see it.
Oh, okay.
So why are they hiding the name?
I guess you're the one that is not up to date.
I don't see Ndume do any wrong. Ndume is the only person in
Ask him, has he seen the list?
whether they are sharing money for them or they are not sharing, is true to the truth. It's true to the opposition.
I guess
Opposition, they are not saying anything there because
my brother. My brother, you know something? I think you're the one that is not up to date right now, because the presidency, the special advisor on information and strategy to the president, Bayo Ononuga, has set the record straight. The entire list of the appointees of Mr. President with their names and the states and the geopolitical zones that they come from is clearly stated, has been published, and you can go to the dailies and you will find it.
You get it.
Yes, go to yesterday's dailies and you'll find it. It's there, and that's the whole essence of this discussion. That for once, facts are being used to counter, not sentiments, not anger, not emotion, but facts are being used to counter criticism.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, please, if you do that, it will be very useful.
To what you have said.
Yes.
What of the man of Okara that you give appointment?
What's wrong with that?
Okay, now let me react to that, even though I do not hold brief for the government. But I'm saying that the Kwara that you're talking about is not southwest. First of all, Kwara is not in the southwest. That's one.
Not central.
Then two, is the person given the appointment, is he qualified? Does he have the merit? Is he up to speed concerning the profession or concerning the office that is being given? I think these are the two things that really, really matter. Thank you very much. Let's leave it there. Let's not get tenuous on this so that we can have our other brothers from across the nation also call in. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Right. So I think that, like I said before, a lot of people do not have the requisite information, and they get on the airwaves or get on the streets to make some of these criticisms. For example, this caller now, if we didn't have superior information, he will still hold on to his sentiments. Hello?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
You're welcome, bro.
Okay, thank you, sir. I am Rabi Salisu by name, calling you from Katsina State.
You're welcome. I hope Katsina is good today.
Yes, it's good. Appreciate it.
All right then. Go
So
on.
you are talking about the federal government tackles nepotism allegation.
Yeah.
So what we see on ground in the democratically elected government, or since the coming of democracy, there is a lot of favoritism, not only from this government. So there is a lot of favoritism and nepotism in any government. Because let me give you example to comprehend. You see, the jobs nowadays are not to be advertised. For instance, when you look at the place like CBN, NNPC, EPR, or something like that, no son or poor man can get employed there. There is no. The student can only be shared among the governor's sons, governor relatives, senators, and other things.
All right.
So these are some of the issues that need to be addressed. If interview has been conducted, and provided you came from any family, even from 4 families, when you are qualified for the job, you're supposed to get the job. So based on favoritism and nepotism, even the vacancy, the advertisement cannot be done. It can only be shared among the relatives of senators, governors, and other privileged personalities.
All right.
So Nigeria is a polyglot nation. It comprises so many people there. Even there are over 250 tribes and so on. So we need, in democracy, we need to see justice and fairness. If nepotism can be chased away from democratic government.
All right. You have made a very good point. Is it Rabiu again, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rabiu. Yes. Thank you so much for calling. You've made your point, and you've made it well. Even though the focus of this particular discussion has to do with nepotism that has been ascribed to the president. So he doesn't employ people in CBN, in all those places that you called. But talking about public appointees, that's the focus we need to be able to delineate, so that we know exactly where the discussion is centered on. So, yeah, there are those issues about favoritism, about nepotism in other institutions and all that. And good point made, there's the need to follow due procedures, due process, to ensure that when there are job vacancies, they are properly advertised and everybody can have a go at them, rather than pre-filter some people out of the shot. Now, we were with you just before we began to take the calls. Let's get back to you, Ambassador Kolawole.
Okay, thank you very much for. Let me just say this: that when federal government is trying to appoint, all they just want to deal with is to be sure that the appointment goes to all of the 6 geopolitical zones. It is not that the appointment goes to each of the families in the country.
Yes.
There's no way. It's not federal government. I love what you said. It's not federal government job that does that. What they just want to do, federal government tries to ensure that all appointments, all projects, all distribution of amenities are done in a seemingly balanced way across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country.
Yes.
Once that is done, they've done their own duty. And also, I think we also need to move away from where we want to micro zone these things. They have picked someone from North Central, you are saying in that North Central there is a particular area they are picking. It's not their job. It's not the federal government's job. So long as you need to check people from North Central this, people from Northeast this, the people from like that. Once they've done that, in fact, it is actually the. I mean, it is the. You want to take your call?
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yes, sorry. Good afternoon.
Right.
My name is Mr. Garba. I'm calling from Maiduguri.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Borno State.
Yeah, my degrees seem to be winning right now. Go on.
Yes. The issue of nepotism in presidential appointments, definitely there's nepotism.
Okay.
Why did I say so? If you look at the list, okay, fine. You want to give someone appointment from a particular region, especially North Central. Okay. A state like Kogi, Kwara, you understand?
Yeah.
There are a lot of other tribes, especially in Kogi. There are Ibra and the other languages, which is Yoruba and the rest of
the Gala, yeah.
Also, if you come to Kwara, also you have Hausa, you have Fulani, and also Yoruba also. But if you look at all these states where appointment is given, you can find out that it's only Yoruba speaking. You understand? People were picked to give the appointment. So why, if you are giving a North Central, or if you are giving a, that is, if you are giving a North Central, if you are giving Kogi, if you are giving a Kwara, why can't you go to other people, that is, other language speaking people? Why is it that you have to be particular on a Yoruba speaking person?
Do you have specific examples? Do you have specific? Yeah. Do you have specific examples?
So
do you have?
Looking at it, these people, they tactically pick those people. That is from those states they went for. That is, or if people come out to say, okay, the presidential appointment is not appointed, they will tell you that, okay, fine, these people, they are from North Central, they are not from Southwest. Or that, but if you look at it, we are talking about those people that are particular Yoruba-speaking people we are talking about. We are not talking about where they come from.
All right.
If you talk of, as I said earlier, if you talk of the North Central, definitely there are other speaking languages. So why can't you pick from them? Why must it be a particular language that you're going to pick from?
All right. All right.
That's what we're talking about. Yes, definitely.
Thank you. Do you have any specific examples?
And also I saw...
we don't seem to be listening to ourselves. Do you have specific examples in some of these states, this Kogi and Kwara state? Because I can put it to you straight away that a managing director was just appointed for Ajaokuta Steel Company, and the person is a Bira. A Bira.
It's a what?
It's a Bira, not Yoruba.
Okay.
That's one classical example there.
What about the others? What about other people?
Yeah, they want to provide us those examples.
Hello, let's. Okay. Hello, my brother. Now, which one is better? He did not pick from my tribe. He picked from another tribe, but my geopolitical zone
has been satisfied.
Covered. Now, what are we actually saying?
Are they the only people that are competent enough to run those offices? This shows that people, that is, when you look at the critical appointments, when you look at it, not any other tribe except Yoruba people.
No, that's not correct.
No, definitely.
No, it's not correct.
Because when you look at it, it's a strategy now.
Hello.
So come and be telling us that, okay, is this, is that, is this,
Hello.
Yes.
Go through what was published and be able to see how many Yorubas are in the appointments.
No,
okay?
We should not even be talking, seriously, we should not even be talking about this.
Exactly.
Honestly, if appointments in geopolitical zones have been
fairly spread.
Yeah. How do you want
you go to the like so from the 500 languages and whatever
in the other zones that you are saying now they are not qualified just because of their names.
The truth is this, exactly, I said that before, that it might be a confusion of names. Because in the first instance, when such a Yoruba named person, when he's asked his geopolitical zone, where will he say? it's not southwest.
Yeah.
It's clearly not southwest. It's like at the time, Saraki is viewed as Yoruba on one side, but the truth is, every single time he's a northerner. He claims to be a northerner.
And diplomat.
So we can't continue on this route. We can't.
You don't want to say that the man is not as much Kwara as somebody that is Muhammad.
By the way, that's the reason why you still have the state governors. You have states to also take care of appointments. They can go further to be more laser specific on the different ethnic groups in the state. That's not the job of the federal government.
At all. Federal
government has said that's all. We make sure that they get appointments.
Yeah.
Then if you are so interested in Berry must get, this one must get.
That is states that will do that, not
and the local government areas.
I think a lot of time the people just heap a lot of unnecessary expectation on the federal government. It's unfair.
And that's why it is said that Nigeria is a very difficult country to run.
Yes.
We've forgotten in the recent past where almost all the appointment came from someplace.
Yes.
We have forgotten. Now that somebody says I'm distributing now.
Do you even know what is even going on? The past appointment, if it has actually been lopsided to one side, this other person who is coming will try to find a little way to balance it off.
Exactly.
He doesn't go to now say it's nepotic. No, he's saying, on this side you have 70, you have 30. So now
we now make it 50.
Yeah, let's even 50, 45. Yes, 45.
Yeah,
but it's not for you to say, your own appointment. No, look at everything holistically and be able to really be fair in your judgment.
I think we need to begin to get ready to get out of this the studio. We just have barely a minute or two before we leave. I just must say thank you to the wonderful viewers. I hope you took advantage of this live streaming. It was streamed live, and that should give you opportunity not necessarily to look for a television set. You can watch it from your devices, and that's going on. I mean, going forward, that's what you've got. In actual fact, you can get it also on Matters Arising. When you join me tonight on Matters Arising, it will be streamed live also, and I invite you to be a part of the program. It starts at 8, it ends at 9, just 1 hour. Myself and a few other fantastic journalists will be on set, and I invite you to come partake of what we offer. At this point, I must say thank you, Ambassador MKO Tio Funwalo. Ambassador MKO.
No, on the political scene, no sharing of money.
Ambassador MK Obisheson. And thank you so very much.
MKO Obisheson.
Oh, there's an O before the Obisheson. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
You really demand ready come. All right, so thank you so much also, Shegun Ojelade, veteran journalist and great public affairs analyst also. I must also say thank you to the production team, and please stay tuned to Kaftan TV. There are several other programs, and tomorrow is another day for Polity. Don't miss out on it. Macaulay will be here, and you know what Macaulay represents in the industry. Thank you very much. My name remains Dayo Omogun. I'll be glad to be here the next time. Bye-bye for now.
where information is vital to every individual. A platform where technology is a medium to pass information. You can always catch up on all information written in the newspapers, even without having one. Join us on The Press.
Reaching live from the Abuja studios.
On The Punch for this morning. The Blueprint newspaper, Nigerian Tribune this morning.
As we give you information and opinions about current events and topical issues on politics, business, sports, entertainment, weather forecasts, and lots more in the local city, across all states, and across all countries. Showing daily on StarTimes, channel 124, 9 a.m. West African time, only on KAFTAN TV. Stay connected with us.
That he said it is a reason why I will not do it.
I pursue the federal government to pay us our damages.
YouTube, KAFTAN TV.
A very tricky one. And then the bottom line is this.
Website www.kaftan.tv.
Point is, the youth must come together. The pendulum can swing in your favor.
Instagram, KAFTAN_TV. KAFTAN TV. Imagine a beautiful world.
Welcome to the second part of our letter series, a brand new package of your program, Small Business, Big Impacts. This is a show that gives you amazing and ultimate insights into different business ventures, beaming the light into the most interesting quality businesses and budding personalities whose impact can be felt in Africa. On today's show, we are going to take a time out to relax and have a feel of quality homegrown leather chairs on our skin. Next up, we'll take inside tips on the business of leather accessories and the huge market. So stick around and don't go anywhere. Let's check out what IO Furniture has. And this is Small Business, Big Impacts. Choosing just the right furnishing for a space can make all the difference between your home, office, or lounge. It can make it to either feel comfortable or outright crampy. IO Furnishing Limited is a full-service interior design and manufacturing company characterized with uncompromising quality and innovative design solutions, which creates extraordinary homemade furnitures for both their customers in Africa and other parts of the world. The use of high-quality leather has turned them into one of Africa's leading luxury furniture brands.
IO Furniture is an indigenous manufacturing company in Nigeria. We're into different kinds of furniture. We produce home furniture, office furniture, all sorts of furniture, ranging from leather, fabric, Ankara, everything that is to be, sofas and all of that.
With different types of leathers decorating the furniture's company stand, one may wonder how they source their quality leathers.
Well, we source for our leathers locally and internationally. We try as much as possible to pick the best leather for every product we bring. In fact, if you go around like you had seen, all our leathers speak for what we do. That's why we have some of them exhibited, hanging around here. So we try to showcase that we don't just use anyhow leather. We try to go for the best leather to ensure that we get the result and the quality of the finish we want. If you look at it, we pay attention to the tiny little details on each of our finishes. So like this, you can see that this is done by us, but it looks like it came from all the way. So these are the kind of things we go for. We go for the best leather.
can one distinguish between a bad and quality leather?
We've been in this business for over 30 years. 31 by this May. This is actually our birthday month. So we should be able to differentiate from just anyhow leather and the best leather. I think it's easy. Some of these leathers are firm, some stretches. When you see a bad leather, you will know. You don't need a soothsayer, you will know. Ranging from the kind of materials you use them for. What if you try to stretch it, because if this was bad and you try to stretch it, there are different qualities. It comes in different sizes and different shapes and sizes. So you know the qualities and all of that. They have a range. So you follow through the ranges of what we have, of what you go to buy, and then you know. Even when you're buying leather for ordinary shoe or something, you would know the best. When you see the best that is done, from the quality you can feel it.
Profit making is the intelligence behind any business venture. How profitable is leather furnishing making in Nigeria, considering the economic implications of such?
It is a lucrative business. However, if we have people patronize locally made products like this, it will be more lucrative than what it is right now.
What challenges does a company face and who are their markets?
Some policies by the government, some laws, too much tax you have to pay, and aside from that, government imposing a lot of bills that you need to, pay to ensure that you are in business. So, there's some things that government needs to cut down. Give us the facilities like power supplies, to reduce costs we spend on diesels and fuel and stuff to power the generators that will help in production. So give us the facilities that we need available. It will be better than what it is right now.
When asked how competitive indigenous products are compared to foreign leather goods, she passionately said,
100%. We've done a couple of things for me to say this, I can mention one out of several that we've done. Go to Whitbecker Hotel. Everything about Whitbecker Hotel is IO furniture. Exactly. So, by the time you get from the reception counter and all of those, the quality that we have speak for us.
Here's advice for upcoming entrepreneurs.
Well, it's not just venturing into the business that is the problem. I have a wonderful MD, Mrs. Wundishoni Bare. She is very particular about detail. So if you're going into such business, number one, your passion needs to be very strong. Number two, you need to go for the best. And number three, never compromise on standard. And be sincere. I think that's what has kept her in business for over 30 years. Mrs. Wundishoni Bare doesn't compromise on standard. If we do a work for a client and it doesn't turn out well, she would tell you, I'm sorry, I don't like it. If she doesn't like it, then it cannot go to the client. You need to correct it, start from the scratch, make it better. So once she said perfect in her words, great. Once she does that, forget it. The client will like it. So that is one thing that should drive you as a person when you want to get into business of leather or furniture making and all of that. It's not just say, oh, I'm an interior designer, I'm a furniture maker. Detail, detail, detail.
When we return, we'll thrill you with another leather craft which will make an investor smile to the bank. Do stay with us. It's great to still have you with me. You do agree that age, sex, or educational level is not a determinant of how successful one can be in business. Join me as we visit a young Nigerian leather fan turned entrepreneur and be blown off by her creativity within leather. Meet Tamara, the founder of Heels by Tamara, whose love for the age-long leather trade lured her to kickstart a leather good business such as leather footwears for both old and young, handbags, accessories, and so on.
Okay, so my name is Tamara Claudius, and I'm the founder of Heels by Tamara. So we are basically a leather goods business. We make footwear, we make bags, and we make small leather goods too. So yeah, that's basically what we do. So small leather goods, wallets, phone cords, phones, cord organizers, and things like that.
What is a story? We all have stories, right?
Okay, so some time ago, I made a fabric earring for myself, and I was like, oh, this is nice, I want one. And I'm like, okay, fine. I started making those on the side, and then one day someone said, I'd like a pair of sandals. And I'm like, okay, fine. I couldn't do them, but I was like, okay, I'll take it. And then it took me to a cobbler store. I walked in and I saw things hanging on the wall, and I was surprised. I looked at him and I said, what are these? And he said leather, and that was it for me. I literally became his apprentice the same day. I stopped doing fabrics and I just started making leather goods. And I learned from him for a couple of months, and then I went back to school and all. So yeah, I made everything in the booth myself, from designing to actually putting the products together and all. So yeah, doing apprenticeship, I learned a couple of things which included how to source for leather and how to tell a good raw material from another one, and also how to do the entire process of putting together like a pair of slippers. Like the first thing that you do from designing, like when you have an idea, sometimes we're told to, okay, you have to draw this down so that you have a clear picture of what you want to do. And after that, you have to start designing, cutting up pieces and all of that, and then actually put together the whole product to make this at the end of the day, and also finishing too. So
How long does it take to produce a pair of footwear?
it depends, because I also have to work and then do this. So let's say for this can take 2 days.
Is this line of business a profitable one?
It has been quite lucrative. A lot of people are getting to understand leather and what it is in Nigeria. And people are very open these days. Before now, if you say, oh, I made this in Nigeria, they look at you like, but now, when you say, oh, I made this, they are wow. Like, there's a wow factor. So like, really? Someone can make this out of here? And they're like, okay, please, this is nice. I want this. So a lot of people buy stuff, trying to support, and also just so that I own something that is so good that is made in Nigeria. It depends on how you decide to sell and how much you get your material. Because one of the challenges that I have is power. And I run my machines with electricity. Like the machine I use for finishing is like a grinding stone. So I have to get a generator and get fuel to run that. So if I didn't have to factor in all of those expenses, the turnover should be a little more. And then we can't really say we are going to sell this thing at a particular amount and then we are a loss because of the extra expenses that you incurred. So generally, turnover it's fine, it's okay, it's fair, but then it's not, you wouldn't really say you're doing this for the turnover. For me, it's a passion thing. So that's what my driving force. It's not just about how much money comes out at the end of the day. Yeah, so I try as much as possible to do things that are not very common, things that are different, so that when you're buying something that, oh, I didn't see this in the other person's store, I like this, that's why I'm buying this. And still when I buy leather, I try to buy leather that is different. I don't just buy like, oh, it's brown and it's plain. I try to buy things that have prints, like this is brown, but it's like it has prints on it, and this has prints. And this is beautiful. I actually had to go looking for this because of the prints on it. So if you're buying a design, and then you're buying uniqueness in leather altogether. It's involved. We carry everyone along at You by Tamara. So everyone.
She let us in on the future she sees for her business and advice to upcoming entrepreneurs.
Just do what you love and do it the way that you love to do it. Because my designs are, even the way that my soles are made, it's not regular, but it is what I like, and it is what makes my sandals different from someone else. So I stick to that. Stick to what you believe in, stick to what works for you. It might not be the best today as per, oh, everybody's used to this thing, but when you do what you know and it comes from your soul and you're doing this, it's not easy, but just keep at it, don't give up, because if you quit, it wouldn't really, so just keep doing it. Even if it's not looking so good and all, just continue to do it. It'll get better. Hey, I'm an emerging designer today, look, it has gotten better.
Ganesh, I am working in Fata Tanning Limited, situated in Kano. We are producing Nigerian leather. The origin from Nigeria. Just we are implementing our knowledge. Different articles, and there are different variations we are doing. This is from sheep skin for men's shoes, and this is for clothing skin for make a garment like jackets. And this is for sandals made by cow leather, cow skin. See thicker one. And see this, it's a goat skin. It's a well finished for the, you can make shoes or handbags. Of course, it's a good source we have here. Challenge, I cannot say it's okay for me here, no more challenges. Because I'm not the boss of this company, just I'm working for them. How can I tell? You people here in Lagos, these people, they have to come and join together and they can place a big order for the canoe tanning people. So they can get the export quality skins in here in Nigeria. So they can do a better business.
You cannot do without leather. Look at me, leather shoe, leather belt, and there are things leather do. Even in the house, leather chair, in the car, leather chair. It's good.
I've been using leather products for ever since I have been born, because I found out it's a very, very durable material, and unlike the other materials that over time they wear out, leather do stay longer than the other material, like clothing materials and other materials. And leather is quite easy to maintain also. Like easily polish your leather, spray it outside the sun. It's good to go again.
Leather products are more popular. They are more abundant in the market. So you hardly go out and you don't see leather. I wouldn't say this is the particular reason, either than it is surplus.
From the layer, the first layer, it's always very visible, all right? Because you try to bend it, see if it will come wrinkled. If it doesn't come wrinkled, it's fake. If it wrinkled and it's still firm, it's original. And there are some other tests you can put it through that you know it's original leather.
Of course, I'll do it. I love leather products, but if you are not in takes like car, you must be using AC in your car 24/7 in order to maintain the...
It will depend really on your physical assessment really, because most times it will now varies on the kind of leather product you're talking about. You get what I'm saying now? Now when you talk about leather, generally if you talk about the normal conch leather where you use the leather bag is different. When you talk about the normal polythene leather bags, definitely it comes as usage. In the market you need something, you are handful, you just need to pick a polythene bag. So we are so much in a hurry that at times we give little time to assess, so long as it can carry or convey. But I think with the inspection, knowing the product, looking at the brand, you're able to know, because some brands have established themselves. So if you look at the brand and you can confirm the authenticity, you really do it. But if you go into the normal general market for the local products, you need to assess physically by feeling it or by testing it by the load and all that. And you know, in Nigeria, you just need to encourage indigenous products and local products. So as a result of that, I think you just test physically if it fits. After all, the duration itself is just as a means to provide very easy logistics. So to an extent.
Well, at first I just buy. I may not be able to know original leather from the one that is not original, but I relied on the people that sell. I asked them, is this original leather? And if they say yes and sell to me, they say that one good turn deserves another. So if I buy one that is original, lasts and serves me well, if I want to buy again, I come back to you. That is what I do. I don't go looking for original leather or the one that's not original.
Like shoe or like beds. If it is the one that are good in leather, you will know by the person that want to sell it to you. By the time they roll it, then they release it, you will know that this is a quality one. I've experienced challenge in area of if you are using leather products in the car or at home. If you are not using AC, to be pin off.
Sadly, this is how much we can take on the second part of our leather series. Keep a date with us for another exciting package on leather crafts. As we normally say, keep up the good work. Who knows? We just might be in your neighborhood. This is Small Business, Big Impact. Signing out. Bye.
That's James Peterson. He's that billionaire I was telling you about who runs underground poker games. No one's ever beat him.
You showed me how to do exactly what you do, how I fell in love with you. You walk into a room and people fall for you, how